we're back with the Dream is Free podcast. It's your usual villains here with myself, Mike, and Tony producing. Yep. And we have some new guests here from Luna's Wolf. We have Luna, or D-Nice. We have TJ, and we have Laura. We have the full spectrum of the crew here.
That was a whole line of products a few years ago. COVID happened, and we were locked out of getting any bottles because the brewing industry just like gridlocked everything.
So about, I think, 4 or 5 years ago, we started farming CBD, and the reasoning why we started farming was just to get involved with canning. We wanted our own cannabis beverage. 6 years later, I think, maybe, we finally were able to can this, and I'm just very excited to be here talking about it. It's very delicious, and you're gonna like the newer version much more than the first.
Take it away, buddy.
Cool, guys, and we're back with the Dream is Free podcast. It's your usual villains here with myself, Mike, and Tony producing. Yep. We have Manny and Renee, and we have some new guests here from Luna's Wolf, and I'm gonna go from my left, your right. Oh boy. We have Luna, or D-Nice.
Hello.
We have TJ, and we have Laura.
Hey, what's up?
From left to right, we have the founder, we have Brew, and we have Sales. So we have the full spectrum of the crew here. How the hell are you guys?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Doing wonderful.
Good. I know we surprised you guys that it's a video podcast, so thanks for being chill about that. But yeah, I just wanted to get you guys on. We met at the event. What event was that? It was the brunch, maybe?
Yeah,
the brunch, and
Great food.
And then you guys came back. You guys were talking to Sharon downstairs. He came up here. He introduced us even more. And you guys are talking about your Cannabis drink here that we have, the lemon haze, which we're gonna try later. Cannabis.
Cannabis. Not cannibals eat people.
It says Cannabis.
Can-o-bliss. You said it sounded like you said cannibalist. Can-o-bliss.
Yeah. Well,
we're drinking people.
the Cannabis, with lemon haze specifically, is the drink that you guys shared with us. This batch apparently is the strongest, so super excited for the crew to try it too. Just want to start with how did this even come about? How did you guys get into this? Tell us a little bit about it.
So about, I think, 4 or 5 years ago, we started farming CBD, and the reasoning why we started farming was just to get involved with canning. We wanted our own cannabis beverage, and 6 years later, I think, maybe, we finally were able to can this, and I'm just very excited to be here talking about it. It's very delicious, and you're gonna like the newer version much more than the first.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What started was we have a brewing company, Full Moon Brewing, and it's transitioned since it started from brewing beverages to being a mobile liquor catering business. But we used to brew cold brew coffees, bottle infused with hemp. So we had a bunch of that was a whole line of products a few years ago. COVID happened, and we were locked out of getting any bottles because the brewing industry just like gridlocked everything.
Transportation,
transportation,
all that, right? Yeah.
Well, and everybody was worried about materials.
Yeah.
So in like the farming industry, packaging industry, and materials, there's a lot of like chains that need to be all linked, and that just disrupted a lot of things. But now everything's back on track, and this has been literally her idea. We've been brewing.
Yeah, I was going to say, you said from day one you've had this idea.
Because we've been brewing it and drinking it, but we haven't been able to package it until then.
Yeah. So, I mean, 6 years is a long time. You know, there's definitely some trials and errors there with that, right? Yeah. Tell us a little bit about those trials and errors, if you guys don't mind.
From, milligrammage wise, trying to find out like the right percentage to put into the can, to finding all the right materials that you need to put into the can. Finding the right place to be able to can and have a very good product, to put out there. And I think it's one of the best ones out there so far.
Yeah. No, it's awesome.
A lot of the trial and error of the brews. Ventilation, we found out. Definitely when you're extracting in volumes like that for brewing, ventilation is important. I think both of us started with
Yeah.
we basically vaped out the whole
Room.
workspace.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Not even thinking about
No.
we're gonna get secondhand high from this.
Yeah.
Literally.
So that was the
Wow.
first one for when we did the
That's hilarious.
yeah.
You guys are like, what's going on? That's so
Oh, you
funny.
have
When we
no
were doing-
idea.
She's like, I was the guinea pig
Oh
for
my
a lot
God.
of them.
Actually, yeah, me and my dad were.
That's
we were
awesome.
from the first batch. Like, we love this batch a lot more. A lot more. The first batch was amazing.
Yeah.
But this is like the first time that like we're seeing it out there,
Yeah.
where it's like introduced to the public, and they've done an amazing job.
Yeah.
And I love it. My dad's almost 60, and he loves it.
Yeah.
Like
The full spectrum of
Hey,
adults.
you have a full spectrum of
Yeah.
people that could actually benefit from it and
Exactly.
that actually, like it. It's, vegan friendly, diabetic friendly, zero sugar. It actually goes around like all the spectrum of people that are actually going to be drinking
And that's a
it.
good point because the gang knows my birthday was November 30th.
Happy late birthday.
Yeah, thanks. And I stopped drinking alcohol then. So just for
good.
whatever reason, not like I'm gonna stop forever type of a thing, but just I want to take a break and now we're here. But this is a good. I told you guys when we had that meeting here that this is a good. It tastes like it,
It tastes
like
just
a beer.
like a summer shandy.
Yes, exactly.
That's exactly how I
the
explain it. Like
the
a
lemon
summer
and
shandy.
the bitter.
If you want to make it
hops.
alcoholic, put like a little bit of lemon vodka in there, and you're good to go
Yeah.
for the summer. A
Yeah.
little bit of ice.
Yeah, exactly. No, 100%. So back before we get to this perfection that is the lemon haze, cannabis. Cannabis, I'm just joking.
Candle bliss.
I know.
You have to pronounce that
Tell me,
O.
tell me one of the like heart wrenching, like dang, like setbacks, I guess you could say, that in the past 6 years, if you could recall one, because I feel like there are, usually little hiccups here and there, but what's one that maybe you were like, oh man, I don't know.
Well,
No, go ahead.
so when that happened, when the bottle, like when we were bottling the coffee, like that was one of our mainline products. Like we were bottling like 50 cases a week and then moving 50 cases a week of hemp infused coffee. And then that happened, and we decided, all right, well, what can we do with the business the way it was? So we started applying and just got the liquor license under there. Then there was rules and regulations.
There's so many.
Well, so with everything that happened, we paid for it, and they're like, oh, by the way, you can't actually use it until everything's over. So like we were paying them.
So you were like, yeah, oh my, install and
so
just
for like
nothing.
2 years we weren't able to use it.
Jeez.
But we wanted to keep it.
Of course.
Because it's like it's a hard thing.
It's like
to
we've
get.
had it for 2 years, and you get to say we've had it.
Yeah.
To
Exactly.
customers, like now we've had it for what is it now, 3-4 years now almost.
Just about.
Yeah, so that's an awesome thing that you guys
So
truck through.
when that happened, we transitioned. One of our buddies, we started going into different farmers markets with different CBD hemp products, and a buddy of ours was growing in very large scale volumes over by the Jones Family Farms in Shelton and Monroe area.
That's where you made your like blueberry jam from, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the orange marmalade.
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
so good.
Yeah,
Really?
no, so good.
Wow.
Yeah.
I do a lot of food infusions.
Yeah.
Wow, cool. That's
I made a few edibles off of it, and it
wow, that's good to know.
amazing.
That's good to know. No, it really is. Do you guys have edibles also with the brand, or is it just you're just focusing on this?
So
right
her brand is a lot more like medicinal
Healing.
wellness.
Yes,
And
yes.
some edibles, some different consumables that are good for different like digestion, different things.
now? Right.
My brand is a lot of the food infusion.
Yeah, like you're like, do you want to have good food
Yeah.
and get high?
Well, so we've done a lot
Yes.
of food
Always.
event.
It's like, yeah.
We've
I put
the
his
la-
infused coconut oil, and like we made pizza the other day, and I definitely put that infused coconut oil. in the
Wow,
pizza
that's a cool.
sauce.
That's gonna. Those are gonna be restaurants one day. Like
I
you
know.
just an
That's-
Pizza and
area.
bagels.
Oh my gosh, that's a great idea.
Well, that's why we try to encourage. Like, there's nothing I can't try. Like, so far, if it's organic matter, I can infuse it. The whole thing is trying to get different industries, from the baking industry to different food restaurants. Like, we've done a lot of food pairing events throughout, like Bridgeport, Black Rock area, Norwalk, to a bunch of places for just doing infused dinners. We're trying to encourage like different creations. If somebody comes
Make it
up
more
with-
normal too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like everybody
like
drinks and eats.
From 5 years ago to now,
You know?
it was wild. Like
Yeah.
the demonization that was to
Oh.
now. Oh, like when we were at farmers market and they saw just like CBD flower, people were like calling the police.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
Oh,
wild.
or better yet,
Wow, that's
now when I
crazy.
do like pop-ups at breweries, and I get Sundays, I go to like different breweries around Connecticut, and that's usually the day where the parents bring their babies.
Yeah.
And here they are like, oh no, CBD and pot at a brewery, but I'm like, you brought your kid to a brewery.
Yeah, yeah. I know the hypocrisy. I know. It's so.
Is it
funny.
bad parenting or smart parenting? Prepare themselves.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly.
I guess it depends on the parent.
Yeah, 100%.
That's funny.
No, that's really cool. So I see, down the line potentially, you guys are gonna do a big whole thing, I guess, right? With with the health and wellness, actually, targeting specific things, but also the yummy, delicious
Treats and everything else.
coffee shop vibes
Yeah,
type of thing. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. That's
Exactly.
awesome. Yeah, I could see like coffee shop with then, pick up your pharmacy goodie bag too, like for leaving.
Yeah.
That's
Hell
really
yeah.
sweet.
Pharmacy with an FAR.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
That's.
Luna's Pharmacy.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. The coffee shop that get in that now because we
I
talk
was
about.
saying, make a cafe.
Yeah, there's no
Beets
good
and
coffee
bagels.
shops here.
You
We
get Beats
are.
by Dr. Dre and the fresh aroma
Get him-
of bagels.
Yeah, you get him involved, it's over. You're talking
Yeah.
billions.
Chicka
Oh,
chicka yeah, chicka
hell
ah,
yeah.
chicka what?
How the franchise just was created.
Yeah, literally. And you guys could always go back and watch this if you forget. It's like, no, we got it. Cool. So this is what number batch for?
The can.
Yeah.
Number 2. It was
Okay.
just tweaking the recipe a little bit.
And you've made it before the can number 1.
hundreds of times.
Yeah.
Hundreds.
Yes. I used to brew for a bunch of companies. I started brewing at Two Roads before actually that's when we met when I went.
At Two Roads.
Yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful. Two Roads connecting people. Tony lives by Two Roads.
Whoa.
Yeah, I live in Stratford.
They
right
call him
by-
Two Roads Tony.
They do not call me Two Roads Tony,
Tony.
but it is a great spot. I do like Two Roads.
Two Roads.
Yeah, no, it's cool. That's awesome. And then so from there, you guys were like, hey,
Yeah.
Pretty much.
She was like, "You're."
I want to do this.
That's
You're
when
really
they
good
fell
at.
in love.
Yeah. I was gonna, and
See, we come
then
back.
yeah, that's awesome. Beautiful.
Yeah. She encouraged a lot of, honestly, the development and creation of everything was really.
I think Full
Mainly
Moon
her.
Brewing came because of Two Roads.
Yeah. She encouraged creating a brewing company, and that's when we started venturing off. We actually brewed a bunch of beers. One of them, we did a bunch of fundraisers with them. One was at the Historical Society. We did George Washington's beer.
Oh wow.
Very malty.
He's been in Fairfield. George Washington. He stayed in Fairfield. Tony hates when I mention it.
Yes, he did.
Is that when he got his wooden teeth?
I don't know. It's like there's on the old post road. There's a White House looking home, and I just know for a fact that he stayed there, and he gets tight every time I say
How
it.
do you know for a fact?
Because there's historical records.
Yeah, okay.
Google it.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Show me the
exactly,
record.
exactly.
Show me the
Wait,
record.
Ask Jeeves. Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves.
That's a throwback.
Come on.
That's a throwback.
Nostalgia.
Love that. I love that. Okay, so yeah, have you been a part of the tasting throughout too?
Yeah, they dropped off the first batch.
From I'm talking,
Yeah.
we're talking the hundreds ago.
Oh,
No.
Okay.
We met a while ago, and I just fell in love with them.
Yeah.
We met out. I don't know how many months has it been, but they've become such a big. I have
no
such
idea.
admiration.
Yeah.
It feels like we met each other 10 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
But how they work together and how their products come out, it makes me interested to learn.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I have such admiration of how they balance each other out with their products and how they work together to
Motivating.
push it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so motivating, and they're perfect, and I love them.
Yeah, I love that. No, that's awesome to have support from friends and family, especially when you're doing something like this. because it's so important. You know, there's a lot of factors, COVID,
course.
you know, and all that stuff, but also just naysayers and haters and people who don't understand, like don't
There's-
see the end product. It's like, don't hate.
It's helped me in a lot of like personal ways, like just experimenting with their products of going about more of a holistic way to
Right.
take care of myself, mind, body, and health wise.
Mhm.
And it's also educated me a lot about different alternatives of how to take care of yourself.
Right.
So a lot of what they have taught me and a lot of their products and a lot of the knowledge that I've gotten from them is just amazing.
Yeah.
And the ability for them to help not only me out, but my father out, my uncle out, and a lot of my friends, and for me to give some of their products to my friends that
Yeah.
actually need it and don't realize it's out there is impeccable.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, and that's that farm pharmacy concept right there. You know, on
yeah.
a small scale, and obviously will be larger the more, and that's why I wanted you guys on here because you know, look, like Laura wouldn't be able to share that story. No one would know that story exists. Now, when people hear that, they're gonna be like, you know, my Uncle Joe has back problems. I'm gonna go get something from you guys.
Their roll-on saved my life.
There you go. I'm excited to try you know one of your products for me. Like I said, you know I've dealt with it, and I do you know I do a lot of stuff for it. You know in terms of mobility, strengthening, hip flexor stuff.
Yes.
But you know you get
You
it.
would love their roll-on. It's like a more natural icy hot.
I want that. Sign me up.
Yeah, Uncle
Sign me
Keith
up.
got that. Uncle Keith got that.
There you go.
Bang! I got one.
Oh, look at that.
That's awesome.
You already got one.
And I'm gonna Venmo you guys right after the show. And seriously, that's awesome. I'm so excited. I really am. They know. I even had a sciatic problem over a year ago. Got that out of there. It's just because our business is so much of this sitting, and sitting is like drinking soda. It's so
Yeah.
bad for you.
Your hips are probably horrible.
They're
They get so tight, right?
They do. I've been like I said, getting better, and
She's
this
a
is gonna be
wellness
the
professional
yeah
as well.
exactly.
Of
This
course.
and this is gonna be the final stage of it. I'm super excited. So thank you already ahead of
No
time because
worries.
I know it's gonna manifest healing. But cool. So let's say when did the can batch brew finally you guys taste it and say this is it, we can can it?
Really, the second one.
Yeah.
The first.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second can one. It was just tweaking because it's different canning seltzers than it is alcohol. Anything beer.
What's the
related.
difference? What's like
so
the
it's
main?
already it's generally there's already carbonation going on in there. So once you can it, it's still carbonating a little bit from the yeast.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be with this there's no yeast. So it's water and we have to carbonate it with CO2. But it's not heavily carbonated. We also use so the hops are in there, Cascade and Falconer's Flight, and the variety of hemp. Sorry.
No, I was just listening.
The variety of hemp is and
And what goes, you know, you saying all this, what goes into picking those, like the hemps and all the stuff?
From kind of just experimenting and just either from making teas with the flower that we have or smoking it and deciding, you know, giving it a shot and maybe this will, you know, it could
Yeah.
taste well.
Ter-
Good.
we try to play around with different terpene combinations. So this
And
one,
for people who don't know terpene, you said?
basically it's
combinations?
the characteristics of the plants from the taste to smell. So it's the refined oil of it. So it's essentially an essential oil of it. But sorry.
No, you're good.
Um,
Terpenes, I know that.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
It's like the sun
Yeah.
for a sec.
yeah, no. But yeah, so the different combinations, different terpenes. So a lot of different people in the brewing industry have been trying to do pairings with hemp and hops because they're like cousins.
They're very similar, you're saying, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And everybody's been focused on the endocannabinoid system and hemp, but there's a lot of theories that I'm trying to focus on that hops also affect the endocannabinoid system as well. So that's why we're trying to play the different plants with pairings with each other.
Right, to
So-
get that perfect
so
combo
This
for
one's
your taste buds.
yeah, and this one is like for like kind of relaxed. It's got its own vibe. She put her DJ playlist on there.
Cool.
But then we're also working on a recipe that kind of gives you a kind of a pep in your step energy. So different,
Love that.
different terpenes. Like you ever aromatherapy?
Yeah.
So it's similar with that, but this is into a beverage.
Got
so
it.
Different aromas will give you different like relaxed or energy or
Yeah.
concentration.
That's awesome.
So that's what we're trying to play around with.
That's
beverage.
really cool. I just like I'm hearing it and I'm seeing it all. Like I'm on the website even. I could just see. I'm someone who needs this, right? And I'm just like, oh, I have trouble sleeping. Oh, perfect. It's so simple. Let me get a 12-pack now. You know, that's awesome. Knock me right out, Tony. That's so sweet. Cool. So I think. Do you guys want to try it? You guys want to try it? Yeah. Cool. All right. Yeah. We're gonna crack. You want to? Would you do the honors?
No.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. You're like, oh my gosh. I just, and we haven't, like we said, it's been like 2 weeks, I think.
Oh,
2
you
or
guys should've
3.
just told us we would have brought a lot more.
I know. We just wanted to wait till you guys came back and we see you guys again.
Here, let's.
Really excited. This is awesome.
Me
We
too.
have plenty. Let's be generous.
I'll just take a can, don't worry.
Yeah. Manny's like, I'll take a can.
Yeah, I'll take the whole thing, don't worry.
Yeah, please grab. I think we have enough for everybody to actually have cans.
I can't.
Oh
I'm
no!
gonna
Don't
do
worry.
it.
No. He's got a.
I gotta speak at a dinner later.
Yeah.
no,
So
don't.
Tony's he's
will relax
he's
you.
a content creator by day and Batman by night. He teaches at Sacred Heart University, and he's also the rugby coach. And they have a banquet tonight. So
Oh,
I really.
Could you see now, please?
Yeah, I'm thinking of Wolf of Wall Street, where he's like on the
Oh,
phone.
the lewds?
Yeah. And then he thinks he's like saying like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, everything's gonna be great.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
just like he's just stumbling, fumbling.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. But yeah, I also, how'd you guys come up with the logo and the wolf at the end? Is it your last name or because you just like wolves? I'm sorry.
Oh, I
just like wolves.
I love wolves.
Yeah.
And then I'm like a complete moon child, so like
Yeah.
I was just like, if I put Luna and wolf together, does that sound
It
cool?
sounds. It does.
and
It sounds like a. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No,
What's the show? Sailor Moon.
Yes.
It gives me Sailor Moon vibes.
Michael loves Sailor Moon.
I love anything
Love
from the
Sailor
90s,
Moon.
2000s. Yeah.
Sailor Moon specifically, though.
come on, we were all young.
Yeah, exactly.
Every single morning.
We're all young. So funny, but yeah, it's awesome. I personally love it. Is it just this concept, or is it because like the color scheme I'm saying, or is it this blue just for this? Are you guys
Oh.
gonna do other colors?
I
You know
like
what
the
mean?
blue, but
Yeah.
I might change it, kind of keep the same style background, just the coloring would be different.
Yeah. Like for energy one, I'm saying like for
Probably
this,
green.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was asking. Are you gonna do color themed for that? All right, so yeah, here you go, Renee. Yeah, give this to Tony. Give this to Renee. Give one to Laura.
Here's a smaller cup for somebody that doesn't want to drink a lot.
Probably Renee. Yeah. She's gonna get. It's right there, Renee. Nice. Everybody has one. We'll do a cheers. We'll do a cheers too.
Are we doing cheers?
Yeah, we'll do a cheers.
What are we cheersing?
We're cheersing to friendship, to Tony, to friendship. Manny, Tony, relax.
Good times.
Friendship, good times,
Good
good vibes, Jinx, and Downtime, and Luna Wolf.
Cheers.
Ow!
Really excited. This is gonna be so sick.
Ooh.
So real quick, do you do like a smell? Do you like, you just take it in, right? You know,
I just love it. No,
Yeah,
but but yes, as a,
you
as
should-
a brewer,
as a-
yes,
Right.
You should smell it
Thank
Yes.
you.
and take a sip, and
Yeah,
then take
really.
another sip, and then you're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You swish it around your mouth.
It has that.
She's saying yeah.
Yeah.
It has that like fresh summer. See what you said? I said about the summer shandy, right?
He squished.
Yeah.
It's so
you gotta
good.
gargle with it.
It is so good. It's amazing.
Very good.
How good is that, Manny?
It's refreshing.
Manny just found his summer drink. Oh, he's so happy. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta shimmy.
Shimmy for the shandy.
That's your
Shimmy for the shandy. Shimmy for the shandy. So great. Yeah, no, this is so tasty.
0 sugar.
Guys, 0 sugar. And that's,
Wow.
you know, I actually did a fast. They know this, you know, every couple months, but it's a 3-day fast. And my last one, I had too much sugar in the past couple months leading up to it. And I could feel it. I'm telling you, because with the stopping of drinking, I turned up the monsters and energy
Of
drinks,
course, you're
the
like-
Cokes at the bar. I was a madman.
Sugar.
Sugar madman. You should have seen me all sugared up on the Cokes.
Like
So this is awesome for me. This is just beautiful.
Coke at the bar.
Coke at the bar. Now I have a limit. I'm only allowed. I do like a
2
seltzer.
lines a night.
Two
Yeah,
lines.
yeah.
Seltzer. I get a Coke. I get 1 or 2 Cokes a night now. I'm like a recovering Coca-Cola addict over here. It's crazy. It's funny because no, I'll tell you guys that story off air actually. No, it's about it's off air. I'll tell you. Just remind me. It's funny. It's funny.
God.
But yeah, so let's talk to the people about what we're experiencing right now. So on the can, first of all, I just want to read what's on the can. We are a Latina-owned and operated wellness company. We believe in the purest organic ingredients grown in Connecticut. Tony, suck off. See, because he's from Staten Island, so he always hates on Connecticut.
Well, Connecticut makes a lot of claims that they have the best of everything. I'm just saying.
We do.
We do. We definitely do.
Yeah. Seed to harvest and
Especially
infuse
pizza.
into our products to bring you the best products that are trusted by many wellness professionals. I love that. And then it goes to these little cute little hemp guys. Luna Wolf is on the top. Luna's Cannabolis. I know it did sound like cannibalism.
Can-O Bliss.
Cano Bliss.
forgot the
Hemp
label.
and hot. Say it again?
Nothing. Oh, the labels are slightly different. That's the
Oh.
I realized. No, it's everything. The verbiage is there. Some things are different. This one has a new playlist.
They have a playlist on here.
Yeah, you
Her-
scan it. It's so much fun.
That's so cool. I
Yeah.
don't know if you could see Tony.
It's
So the playlist is called DJ Luna, right? And we had a double event this past weekend, and the event TJ was working for me. They already had another DJ there, and anybody who scanned the label, they were like, "Is she coming? Is she going to be headlining next?" And I
'cause
was
they
already
really
at
thought-
another event.
Not a DJ.
That's so funny.
because we had a bunch of the cans, so they thought the release was about
For
like,
this
her,
DJ.
Yeah.
for her in the cans. Yeah.
We've just created something else now. You need to,
I'm going to become a DJ next.
what's that? Is it Ted
Yeah,
Mouse?
she got what?
It's Daft Punk vibes where you like have a wolf mask
Yes.
and you're just DJing and nobody knows it's you.
Oh, yeah, chicka what?
Yes.
It's probably going to happen.
Yes. So then you could just sometimes, if you're like, oh, I'm not feeling it today, it's just like, all right. Laura pops on the wolf helmet and she's DJing now. Oh my gosh. This is just
Yeah.
beautiful. And I also, so the can difference, I already like too, because I see this one says extra dank. That's cannabis technology. Terminology.
Cannibal.
Cannabliss.
Cannobliss.
This is my favorite part, though. The ingredients. It's just hemp, water, hops, and lemon, and you really can taste that in every sip. It's awesome. It really is beautiful.
You really can taste
Easy breezy, beautiful cover girl.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Renee?
You can really taste the weed, I guess, like after.
Yeah, you can kind of find like a mild taste between the hops and
Yes.
like the THC.
Right
Yes.
back in his head,
Yeah,
I would say.
where it's just like that perfect
Yeah.
medium.
Because some people
Exactly.
like don't want.
I would
to
drink
taste.
this on the beach.
Yes, 100%. But some people who maybe aren't heavy cannabis users might not want that heavy cannabis taste, and I'm sure you guys
So
definitely thought about that.
this being the
Yeah.
second batch, where the next one's going to be reduced a lot in dankness, but it'll still taste well.
Got it. It
Thank
won't
you.
be as strong. You're
Yeah.
saying, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah. This is how they put the dank extra dank so they know
Yeah,
which
exactly.
cans are stronger than the others.
So we the next one definitely will be probably like 30%.
Cool.
So like an in between of 1 and 2.
So that way, like some people just want to be able to, hey, I want a couple.
Yeah.
Like especially if you're going through the night. These like you could have a couple in a row.
Oh, I drank like almost a full one the other night, and I had the best sleep of my life.
That's good to know.
We are hearing a lot of.
It definitely
good results on
relaxed.
sleep
It
on this,
relaxed
too.
me a lot.
Good. No, because some people do, like, especially nowadays, there's high anxiety, high, depression, high that stuff out there. So you definitely want something that's not only good for you, but like mentally. But I'm not gonna have tons of sugar in my, like we just had that whole talk.
On just the high part.
And this
Not
is-
high depression, not high anxiety, just the high.
Yep.
just the
I want
happy
all
high.
of them.
Well, have you ever eaten an edible and you're like, oh.
Exactly. You're
It's
too
like,
much.
whoa.
Too much. Yeah, it's too much
This
sometimes.
is-
Yeah, what did I do? I never want to smoke
I'm in
again.
a glass case of emotion.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why we're trying to do different things, different beverages. And this recipe actually, it makes it more like mind focused, more relaxed state, more body. You don't feel jacked up. You don't feel anxiety. You're kind of just in your
At peace.
Yeah.
Almost.
That's awesome because I know I have a lot of people in my life who deal with that, and sometimes they love smoking weed too. Some people I know, or marijuana, I should say. I should properly say it. But
Marijuana.
but then sometimes they get too much anxiety.
The devil's lettuce.
The devil's lettuce. They get too much anxiety or whatever, but they do enjoy it. During, but it's like post. Sometimes the high takes them somewhere they don't want to go, basically. So
It happens.
And
yeah.
that's where your mind is when you're already going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
So
It's a good
it's
point.
It happens when the universe makes it
Yeah.
happen. Like it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
If you get a little cuckoo, I mean,
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
yeah.
What's gonna happen is gonna happen. Cool. So what's coming next? What's coming up in the near future for you guys with Luna Wolf?
So
Selling these, obviously.
yeah, selling them, doing another round.
Yeah. So yeah, the next round is another round of these, or
Little changes, and we're gonna try to do some different flavor profile. And,
Cool.
we're working with different hops to pull different flavors out to try to create more of a ones right now we're working on like a cranberry type, different berry flavors we're
Cool.
trying to pull out and figure out what we can mix and match.
yeah,
for
no,
the cans.
and we were talking before. You guys are obviously like wanting your own spot. What's the hardest part of getting your own area to brew? And is there growing here in the state? What is it?
Oh, don't do business in Connecticut.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
That's my advice for any entrepreneur.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. But there's, I don't know. Just get all the paperwork done, right? Just have everything I's and T's dotted.
Yeah.
Just know build your corporation. If you don't know how, it's simple. There's different lists you can simply even Google.
Yeah.
And just get all that done. Have a backup. When you're doing business, always have layers. Have corporations between you and products.
Yeah.
Because that also is a big thing with liabilities.
Right.
So
And, yeah, you don't want to get sued.
yeah.
Exactly.
So
You too. Yeah, I know.
but that's why with anybody going into business. But these are.
This is like Wild Wild West, though. I feel
Kind
like.
of.
The cannabis industry right now is so crazy. I feel like,
Yeah.
In Connecticut,
especially here.
You want me to dive into that?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's literally so each town and city have their own rules and regulations. Hamden is so cool. There's a bunch of towns like that and cities like that. But it's like state police versus local police. The state police trying to enforce things on the local police, but
I'm listening. Sorry.
the governor of Connecticut has
Yeah. Lamont.
Yes, Governor Lamont has a lot of money involved in cannabis. His wife is a CEO of an angel corporation investing. So a lot of people who bought in for $3 million buy-ins borrowed money from her. And they have...
For cannabis.
For cannabis. So they basically have it gridlocked for a little while until turnover of regime. And then that's when you'll see like more lucid rules on things.
Got it. So they have a stronghold on the cannabis industry right now with certain rules and regulations that you know won't be changing until they're out, and until then certain things you just are harder to do than others.
It's impossible. Even
Yeah.
like this equity bill bullshit that went on. Sorry.
You could we're 18 plus. It's fine.
Okay. It's not fair for anybody. It's like she applied. Basically, if you're able to apply for it, you have to go through the channels and say, hey, I'll be your face of your company, but it'd never be your own. A buddy of ours that we first worked with, basically, he sold a large chunk of his company and then was the face for it for a little bit, and then they screwed him over, and they said goodbye.
I think he's still the face, but he doesn't really have
Any say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
He started it, and that's kind of just it, unfortunately.
But now he's continued his empire and built it with everybody else he's worked with. So it wasn't a hard crash. He just kept going.
Yeah.
But it's the stuff like that. Like somebody basically offered to buy her out and her company out, and it's like, yeah, at the time it's like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But it's like
Exactly.
we thought about that and it was like, no. So
Yeah.
we both applied for the round of raffles of the licensing.
There were for Connecticut, right?
Yeah, there were a few.
It was a raffle. So you
that's
could
crazy.
basically you can buy in 1,000 times, 100,000 times at like $2,500 a pop, or you can buy it the $3 million buy-in, which is what they were going for Mrs. Lamont.
Yeah. It's a nice pocket.
Yeah. So
she
once
has
all
purse.
that's done, I really think next couple years you'll see.
He was here.
Just the push.
We saw him. He's a chief.
Oh no,
He's remember he was here for the
Oh no, it was like the Hispanic week or something.
yeah. He didn't even know what he was here for. I remember he even asked
He never
Ron.
does.
He asked Ron, the owner of the building, he was like, what is this? What is this for?
He's
You
an
know?
insane billionaire.
Right? Didn't you like walk him in?
Yeah, we walked
The
yeah.
building?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're big
man.
time, Mike.
Feel free to edit any of the stuff I said about that out. But
Oh yeah. If you don't want that in, don't worry. We don't care.
no, I publicly don't like him. He hit on her.
Yeah. No, he's not. He doesn't seem like he's all there.
No,
you know what I
he's
mean. He does
not.
not at all.
He's just got an insane amount of wealth. Literally,
Yeah.
pre-COVID, he had $4 billion-ish. Since now, he's up to $8.5
Oh
billion.
my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shite.
Yeah, like you shouldn't have a billionaire like that, and it should be somebody who's Commonwealth mindset in charge of the state. But that's a whole other topic.
Yeah.
Pay for president.
Yeah. Yeah. I know, and even Bridgeport's tough too. So that's tough. So are you guys looking to stay in Connecticut, or are you guys looking?
Yeah, no, we're gonna.
For the time being, I don't
Yeah.
know forever, but right now.
But
Yeah.
she is branding outside of the state. She has a whole another separate thing with her brand with like a bunch of 420 pinup ladies, and she does stuff from like
Oh, cool.
here to Florida to out west.
Yeah, I think I need to make a new store in Florida. I might just pack up and go any day now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna leave.
Yeah.
And eventually that's the idea. I have at least like a dozen plus in Florida who are like literally willing, and just as soon as I find a spot, basically, they would work for me and help me out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe you should consider like having two thing there, thing here. I don't know. That's pretty sweet. Florida's booming, so you never know.
It's true.
All over the place.
Yeah, it's crazy. But cool. So I mean, social media. Where could people find, Luna Wolf and all that jazz?
Like the little
No, I know. It's for the people out there.
Luna Queen Alpha for, I believe, Facebook and Instagram. My website is lunawolfshop.com or lunaqueenalpha.com. I have two separate ones. One is more global, one is more local-ish. But I'm working on building both of those websites up, so they'll be more global.
Cool. No, I love it. Tony, do you have any questions?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Went over everything,
do
right?
Any so the question we usually ask though is, are there any books that you guys have read throughout your life that have influenced you, impacted you?
There's a poet by the name of Nikita Gill. She writes a lot of like fairy tales and stuff like that. She writes a lot about wolves and women and how to heal as if you're like a wounded woman and you're just looking for guidance and just something other than going out every day and drinking. You're just looking
Yeah.
for structure. And there was another book, Women Who Run with Wolves. It's another book that I flip through from time to time. I never finished it, but I'm working on it.
Yeah.
It's like one of those books you can pick up and put down.
Mm-hmm.
Those two, I would say, very important to me.
Cool. I love that. You got any?
Oh,
It's okay if you don't.
yeah, no, I
It's
don't
okay.
know.
Do you have any?
What was the question again?
A book that's impacted you
Oh,
that you've read?
The 15 Invaluable Laws of Self-Growth by John C. Maxwell.
Cool.
I continuously read it over and over again, and I pick something new off of it every single time. The pages are torn.
Love that. I love that.
Really
Uh,
good.
I love that. And then another question. This is the last one. What's some advice you'd give to a young you out there?
Basically, just keep going, never give up, and always look at the bright side because you'll get there eventually. And just keep working on yourself and, positivity, and you'll get there.
Yeah.
Young
Young you out there.
young me. Don't be so reckless. No.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's it.
No, honestly, just a lot of hills when you're trying to do business for yourself versus working with anybody else, and different reliances, like versus a weekly or every other week paycheck versus like what you have, like if you're not hustling in your business, you're not making money.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just know what you want to go for and build the idea out and just write it out. To have a notepad. I always have a notepad on me all the time. Always have a notepad when you're trying to create.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I do, because people don't do that enough, writing down their ideas, and they think they're gonna remember them, and they're gone.
No, you have a couple beers or something else. Something crazy happens.
Yep, and
You're
it's
like,
gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're never gonna remember it. You think you'll remember, yeah. And then
I think what, May 26th, midget wrestling.
there you go, midget wrestling, May 26th in the area.
Over at Hoax Brewery.
Over at Hoax Brewery. If this is gonna come out by then, I think. Any advice to a young you out there?
Young me, if I could say anything to me in person, it would be to stop second guessing yourself and stop putting your value onto other people and other things that don't serve you any purpose. Do not doubt yourself. Go with your feelings, and just do right by you and fuck everything else.
Yeah, I love it. I really love it. Luna Wolf. If you guys haven't had it, you need to go have it. Heard where to get it from. Really thank you guys for joining us. It's been awesome. I appreciate it, and we will see you guys next time.
Cheers
Thank
to
you
you
for
all.
this